Kim Kardashian has been through a lot this week, and the internet cannot stop talking. Between reliving one of the most traumatic events of her life and dodging explosive rumors about a potential lawsuit from her ex, Kanye West, Kim is right back in the headlines. And honestly, things are messy. Because while Kim is out here testifying in court and dripping in diamonds, Kanye is allegedly gearing up for a custody battle and dragging their kids right into the middle of it. But is any of this real? Or just another PR-fueled circus? Let's break it all down. Let's start with the shocker that kicked everything off. Kim Kardashian returning to Paris to testify in the robbery trial against the men who tied her up and stole over $10 million in jewelry. If you remember, back in 2016, Kim was bound, gagged, and held at gunpoint in her hotel room by a group the French press literally dubbed the Grandpa Robbers because, yep, most of them were elderly. But now, nearly a decade later, Kim came face to face with those same men in court. And get this, she didn't just show up. She showed out. Kim walked into that courtroom looking like a walking jewelry ad, fully decked in diamonds. The symbolism? Impossible to ignore. Some people saw it as a huge flex, like she was reclaiming the narrative, showing these men they couldn't break her. Others, though, called it tone deaf, wondering why she was turning a courtroom into a runway. Either way, the internet had thoughts. But it wasn't just the fashion people were talking about, it was Kim's actual testimony. According to reports, Kim detailed the terrifying moments of the robbery, admitting she genuinely thought she wasn't going to make it out alive. NPR covered the trial and revealed that Kim explained her security team wasn't with her that night because they'd gone out with Kourtney to a club. Back then, the Kardashians didn't feel they needed 24/7 protection. Paris felt safe. But everything changed after that night. Now, she won't even sleep unless there are at least 6 guards around her home. She described how she developed a deep fear of being seen in public, scared that someone would realize her house was empty and try to strike again. It wasn't just trauma, it rewired the way she lives. And believe it or not, one of the robbers actually wrote a book. The man literally published a memoir titled I Kidnapped Kim Kardashian, claiming he had no idea who she was until he saw the news the next day. He's even said he regrets the robbery. But still, imagine your trauma being someone else's book deal. While Kim was reclaiming her power in that courtroom, social media couldn't stop dissecting her look. Photos of her dripping in jewels and serving full glam were everywhere. Some fans praised her for taking control of the narrative, saying, "She's making them look weak." Others weren't as impressed. Comments flooded in asking, "Why is this a photo shoot? Is this court or the Met Gala?" Honestly, some of those outfits did look like they belonged on the Met steps. But if there's one thing Kim knows how to do, it's dominate a camera, and maybe that's the point. She wasn't going to let these men have the last word. Not in the courtroom. Not in the headlines. But just as people were digesting her Paris comeback, the Kanye lawsuit rumor that blew up the internet. As if facing down her past trauma wasn't enough, Kim got hit with another wave of chaos, this time from her ex-husband, Kanye West. A letter started circulating online that allegedly came from Kanye's legal team. The claim? That he was threatening to sue Kim for violating their custody agreement and exploiting their children, particularly North. The alleged cease and desist letter was supposedly sent by Kanye's lawyers to Kim's powerhouse attorney, Laura Wasser. It accused Kim of unauthorized use of North at the Met Gala, claiming North was left unattended and exploited for social media content. It also claimed that Kanye had been denied access to the kids and that Kim was using their likeness, without his consent. Now, on the surface, this looked explosive. People were already picking sides. But as more details came out, things got fishy fast. The letter was a hoax, but the damage was already done. TMZ did some digging and found major red flags. First, the law firm the letter was from, JB Law Firm in Palma, Spain, doesn't even appear to exist. The website? Dead. The phone number? Doesn't work. And even if Kanye had hired this supposed attorney, she'd need to be licensed in California to handle a custody battle. So the whole thing fell apart pretty quickly. Even E! News jumped in to confirm. The letter was completely fake. Kanye's team dismissed it as obviously fraudulent. But by then, the rumor had already gone viral. People were speculating that Kanye was preparing for a legal showdown with Kim. And in a weird way, it didn't seem that far-fetched. Because the thing is, Kanye and Kim's co-parenting issues? Those are very real. Even if the lawsuit was fake, it tapped into something real. Kanye has never been shy about airing his grievances online, and Kim has often been the target. From explosive rants about where the kids go to school to angry Instagram posts about North being on TikTok, Kanye's issues with Kim's parenting decisions have been public for years. Earlier this year, Kanye dropped a song that featured North's voice, without Kim's consent. She was furious. The track also featured Diddy, which, given the recent wave of disturbing allegations surrounding him, made things even worse. Kim didn't want North associated with Diddy at all, and many people agreed. The backlash was swift. This is why so many people, even those who don't love the Kardashians, have sided with Kim when it comes to the kids. Kanye might be a musical genius, but when it comes to co-parenting, he's been reckless. Publicly dragging the mother of your children and weaponizing your kids for clout? It's not a good look. And remember when Kanye tried to enroll his kids in Donda Academy? The school he created that barely functioned as a real school? Yeah, people haven't forgotten. Donda Academy offered classes like parkour and sushi lunches, but it lacked accreditation and structure. Kim was adamantly against sending the kids there, and honestly, who could blame her? It didn't exactly scream safe learning environment. If the school you started isn't good enough for your own kids, that should be a red flag. Kanye reportedly pushed hard to get North into the school, but Kim stood her ground. And once again, the public largely agreed with her. No matter how famous your parents are, kids deserve a stable, safe education, and Donda Academy didn't cut it. So even though there's no actual lawsuit right now, the rumors hit a nerve because people can imagine it happening. That's how messy this co-parenting situation has become. And while Kim has definitely made her fair share of controversial choices over the years, when it comes to the kids, she's been the more grounded of the two. Kim's been criticized for a lot of things: her reality TV empire, her fashion choices, her obsession with fame, but her dedication to keeping her kids safe has started to stand out. Especially when Kanye is out here supporting Diddy, posting about the kids, and making questionable decisions. Even people who don't like the Kardashians are saying, yeah, maybe Kim should be the one making the parenting calls. So, what's next for Kim? As of now, there's no lawsuit, no official legal drama. But if the last week has taught us anything, it's that peace between Kim and Kanye is always temporary. One viral post, one song drop, one public stunt, and things could spiral again. But for now, Kim is focused on reclaiming her story. Whether that's by showing up in court dripping in diamonds or shutting down rumors with receipts, she's reminding everyone that she's not the same woman she was back in 2016. She's stronger, bolder, and, according to her, still very much in control. Even if not everyone loves her courtroom fashion choices, when it comes to the kids, the public has spoken. Kim might not be perfect, but she's the parent more people trust.